Hey everybody, it's Party Elite. Welcome you back to another episode of our Planet Zoo franchise mode Let's Play. We're diving right back into Elite Zoo North to hopefully accomplish a lot. Let's go right on in, folks, and as we do, just want to mention, as always, if you've been enjoying this series and you would like to see it continue, please don't hesitate to keep letting me know by leaving those likes and comments down below. I say it all the time because it really helps make a big difference in deciding what I pursue on the channel, what I do more or less of, and I enjoy reading through all the comments because I like seeing your feedback, your insights, your opinions, your thoughts. It's always it's a joy to read through the comments, so do please keep them coming. Now, I just want to mention one more thing as we load in, folks. Just yesterday, I guess it would be from the release of this video at least, I released another massive undertaking of a video, and I think many of you would enjoy it. Many of you have said before that when I go on my little tangents of historical knowledge and fun facts and things like that, you enjoy it. So if you like that kind of thing, or you just want to see more stuff out of the channel, it's an additional video to another one that I'd previously mentioned during Planet Zoo. There's this game called Humankind that's coming out, you know, maybe sometime this year, hopefully. Hopefully that's still the plan. And they just finished revealing all of their factions and countries that are being represented during the classical era of human history, classical antiquity. And I released a pretty long video detailing all that, going into historical context, and there was a lot of research put in, there was a lot of editing work and stuff, so just thought I'd share it. I'll put it in the pinned comment down below and under the eye at the top right corner of the screen as well. I just feel like some of y'all might be interested in watching that video, and I would greatly appreciate it if you checked it out. You know, maybe it's something that you're interested in, and if so, then it'd be great if you could check it out. And if it's not something you're interested in, maybe it's something that someone you know might be interested in, and maybe you could share it. But either way, I just wanted to spread the word on it because it was one of those blood, sweat, and tears productions where a lot of time went into doing all the research and making it all flashy and things like that. And it's always I'm pretty proud of the end product, and I thought I'd share it with folks that I think might be interested in it. Anyway, enough rambling about that. We've loaded in. There is a lot to get done today. I'm hoping, well, we're definitely going to have a time-lapse. I'm hoping the time-lapse accomplishes what I want it to, because it's a pretty hefty undertaking. As I'm sure well, I hope the thumbnail maybe gave it away, and maybe the title as well. But just some things to touch on before we talk about that. Down over here, it's been suggested that we should expand the little garden area behind our temple shrine section. I wholeheartedly agree. It's a little tight. It's actually very tight. I'm thinking we'll pull it down to about here where the little lake starts, and that way there'll be more room to roam. Our little pond thing here can be made a little bit larger as well. There'll be more room for, you know, trees and things like that. I think the tigers will just be a bit happier to have a bit more running space. Not this much running space, but at least a little bit more. I think it'll make a world of difference, and I think it'll just be prettier as well to give us some more room. Plus, it'll counter, like right now, it feels like this is bigger than this. So I think I'd like it to be a different ratio. I'd like it to be a 2-to-1 approximate ratio. I think that'd be quite a bit nicer to look at. But that won't be happening today. That will be happening in the next session during a beauty pass, because first and FORMOSAN, God, that's terrible, we're going to get ourselves a new animal. The FORMOSAN black bear is the focus of this episode. We have a little space reserved for them to represent our, well, I want to try and represent the whole island thing as best as possible. I've got some plans, so we're gonna pull it out a little bit, maybe from over here, so basically people can come through so Mata to do and end up in the Taiwan section with the FORMOSAN black bear. And again, as luck would have it, because of our participation in a recent community challenge, we actually have a rewards. We actually have a FORMOSAN black bear with some pretty solid stats already. So off to a good start, I would say. We don't have to actually trade one in. But yeah, that's going to be the focus of today's episode. And again, like I was saying, I have a pretty big undertaking planned over here. I'm hoping to be able to finish this in one sitting, but I'm going to be realistic. It might not happen because it's going to be very different from anything I've done before, I think. But more on that in a bit. Now, when I said first and foremost, we're gonna get the bear in, that may have been a half truth, because first and foremost, we're gonna get a lot of animals out. I've been putting this off for so very long. I've been putting this off for so very, very long. We have 46 animals in storage. And I think the best way to start this episode would be to empty as much of this out as possible. It will take a fair bit of time, I think. Hopefully in the future it's not going to be... We should never let it get to this point, ever, because that's how you end up with a situation like this, where I'm probably going to spend quite a bit of time now trading all these animals out, checking prices and things like that. But I want to get that done first, so that while we're doing our time lapse, hopefully some trades will happen and our conservation credits will go higher and higher. And then the female Formosan black bear, when we're getting one, we don't have to worry so much about its cost. We don't have to worry about, not making our returns or anything like that. So just gonna throw that tweet out like I said I would do. So anybody who's you would know that this is the exact moment in time when I started this episode, basically, because I'll be shooting a tweet out. But yeah, that'll probably be this episode. Trade center, build the habitat, get the animals in, make sure they're happy with it, and then next session we'll do a beauty pass that basically covers this entire area. Sorry, it'll be this area, I guess, because we want to get the bears and then the tigers. It's gonna be interesting. I'm really excited to try and execute this, and I was actually really worried about what I had planned, or rather what I didn't have planned, because I didn't really have much of a plan until earlier today. So I'm super pumped. But duty calls. The animal storage must be emptied out. Let's take a look at some of these prices and what we can do about them. So out goes the tweet, and hopefully out goes some animals as well. Well, for a second there, I was like, I'd like this window to be up and in the middle, because we're going to be spending some time in it. But no, going to be craning my neck over here. All right, so first of all, we have ourselves a Chinese pangolin with really good stats, actually. Hold on a second. Do we even want to trade you? Yes, because this is inbreeding. I mean, Enlai also has really good stats. Okay, I should be very proud of Ming Mei. Ming Mei will hopefully make us a lot of money. Over to the animal market. Let's see if the pangolin is even trading for much. Chinese pangolin, there we go. I like that the C brings it right up top. I wish they implemented the search feature into this as well. All right, let's see. 300, 500, 10,000, come on. I mean, okay, maybe, no, it's still not worth 10,000. It's kind of strange, because we've got a 28 over here, right, with okay stats, and we have a 500 over here with good stats and then no immunity. 135, again, kind of... I'm gonna go with 300. I think that's reasonable. It's one of the only females in the market. Let's try it. Let's go with 300 on the Chinese pangolin. We're gonna try and do this quickly, like not like rush it, I mean, but we're gonna try and be a bit fluid about it. I don't want to hem and haw too much, because that'll slow us down. So 300 for Ming Mei. I think that's a reasonable price. Size is a little bit on the small side, but everything else is fantastic. So let's go ahead and trade you out. Good stuff. Now we've got our pronghorn antelopes, quite a few of them, 4 of them. Good stats except for immunity. Good stats except for immunity. Same thing across the board. And what about you, Benaim? Oh, Benaim's a star. Okay, so he's got to be worth more than everybody else. But let's take a look at the pronghorn antelope. Wow, my mouse just happened to land on it. Wonderful. 65. You're killing me here. I can't go that low. My animals are worth more than that. Oliver, 385. That's more in the world, I'm thinking. Not gonna look at the thousands, I don't think. 400. 400s, 300s. That's what I'm thinking. I think is reasonable. 65. That's just undercutting the market. Let's go 300. I think, because again, we have low immunity genes, so I think 300 is the way to go. Sure. Across the board, except maybe 400 for Benaim, right? So Enabar, trade you out for 300. Because they're great stats. Again, immunity is such a big variable that the only reason I hesitate to go even higher, I mean, I probably, you know what, let's try it. Try it with one of them. Let's try Wayland at 400. My worry is that some people would see the red and immediately be like put off by it. But let's try it for some of you. Symington as well, and Benaim, let's go ahead and get you. You, my friend, will be 500. Those are great stats. I mean, geez, so great that I'm almost tempted to keep you. except for all the inbreeding. I wish they would just show an icon over here that immediately tells you, like, hey, these are all inbreeding options, rather than having to click through. I mean, look at those potential results in the other categories, though, right? Yeah, it's all inbreeding, I'm sure. Oh, no, it's not. No, he's been marked for trading out. We got to spread the love with other zoos, right? We got to spread the love with other zoos. So, Benaim, let's go ahead and trade you out for 500, I say. Cool. Cool. And then, sorry, I just noticed, trying to not pay attention to the notifications on Twitter. All right, Snow Leopard, Kadan. I mean, those are also great stats. Animal Market, let's see how much Snow Leopards are going for. Whoops, there we go. I'm hoping to keep all these high quality trades. Anything that ends up being lower quality than I initially had thought they were, because I just quickly kind of put them in the trade center, I'll release to the wild instead. It'll cost us, but I think it's the fair thing to do. I don't want to fleece anybody. 520 for this. Okay. 620 for this. Hang on a second. Are you kidding me? Yeah, we can go 1,000 plus over here. Okay. You're female. What about you? We can go... I think we can go 1,000 plus. What about you? What was that? All right. Just refreshing, I guess. Let's go 1,200. No, let's go 1,300 maybe. I think we could do 1,300. Would be reasonable. Let's go for it, Kadan, because they're pretty good stats. Try it. Try it, 1,300. Go for it. Now we got our red pandas coming up. I can't believe we're already trading out red pandas. It feels like just yesterday that we'd added them. Pretty good stats as well across the board, I think. Fertility a little low on Bolin, but it's okay. Not too bad. Again, that's one of those genes that's a bit more, what's the word? Like, transient, I suppose. Okay, let's take a look at the red pandas. It's actually going faster than I'd anticipated, which is good. Now, y'all let me know in the comments again, as always, like, if you... Because many of you expressed that you enjoyed the trading session. Now, obviously, this is maybe not exactly what what I or any of you had in mind of, like, trying to trade out 50 animals and it taking so long, but... I think it's fun to kind of go through and figure out the pricing and the value of our animals and things like that. We're looking at, like, I would say 300 to 500 for these red pandas. Yeah, I would say we're looking at the 3s to 500. So let's try that. Again, I don't want to belabor it too much, right? So let's go ahead and trade you. Oh, actually, you know what? We're looking at maybe a bit higher. Let's go 450 here. You can go for 300 because again that low fertility, right? No, 300, not 3,005 or 30,005 or whatever I typed. Yeah, trade you out as well. And then I can't. Why I don't. Oh, because I have them by age. My bad. Oh, my bad. That will slow us down a bit. Let's trade you by 500 or 500. Sorry. Let me get it done by species. Let me get it done by species the other way around because I want to leave the tigers to the end. Okay, our Timberwolves. So many of them we can't have because what? Because of inbreeding, right? Did we already? Oh, our Snow Leopard's already gone. Damn. Fast. Okay. Oh man, getting rid of the wolves is always hurtful, painful, difficult. Difficult is the word. All right, these are fantastic stats though. The pride and joy of Elite Zoo North as well. So let me, there we go. Timberwolves. But yeah, so we got to price them accordingly, right? They got that emotional tax that you got to add. The emotional tax. Just want to do it by species. I want it to be mixed. 745 for that, 1,000 for that. I mean, we're looking at what, 1,200s, 1,500s, 2,000s. Sure, let's do it. Let's do it. We've got some very high value wolves, I would say. I mean, look at that. A little bit on the older side, sure, but still, you know, baby making age. So I'm gonna go right up. I'm gonna say, let's say 1,000, because sure, she is a bit on the older side. 1,000 for you. Let's be reasonable, right? Geralt over here with a name like that, right? Also a bit on the older side. So fine, we'll stick with 1,000. I don't know. Maybe I've waited too long for some of them to get so old. I should have actually checked if I could keep Geralt in. But I do believe there's still a lot of inbreeding for him. Yeah. This is like his pack. Honestly. Nonetheless, Geralt is on his way out. Yep. Searless, we skipped past you, it seems. Why did we skip past Searless? Must have been a mistake. Searless we could send back in. Hang on then, why don't we? Yeah, oh, well, there's a bit of risk of inbreeding. Oh, I see. Emma is the one I would like to be the alpha. Searless is low fertility as well. Okay, well, let's go ahead and, I just noticed the extremely low fertility. Let's release Searless to the wild. Does that make sense, though? You have a higher chance of procreation in a zoo. That's a hard call. Let's, I'm gonna go with release to the wild. I don't know if that's the right call. It's a difficult call. I don't know if that's the right call. We don't make a lot out of it, but I think we make something out of it, and I think it's maybe the way to go. Emberly over here, also really good stats. Female Timberwolf, I don't think I checked. Oh my god, 7,800 for this. Woof. I just realized I said woof. Okay, well, ours is not that good, but we're maybe at least 5,000. Hakuna Matata. We're maybe 5,000. Maybe 5,000. Because all of these stats are amazing. That's the only one that's a bit of a killer there. Let's go 5,000. We'll see. If it doesn't fly, we'll sell it again later. Our snow leopards again. Sorry, now I have to check the snow. That's why I wanted to keep it by species, because then I can do like check the price once and then do all the animals. Because now I have to double check because I don't remember what the snow leopards were going for. Unfortunately, 700s, 1600s, good stats, 1600s and so. Okay, so 1,000 plus, 1,000 plus. Very cool. Pretty good. I say we can definitely go, what, 1,500 with you? And maybe 2,000 with you? Let's try it. Oh, just say goodbye to our babies. 1,500 with you. There we go. And, come on. There we go. And then 1,000 for you. Oh my god. Sorry, 2,000 I meant to say. 2,000. I was like, how did I get that backwards? And it's like, I didn't. I mean, I did, but not because of why I thought I did. 2,000 for you. There we go. Cool. Naran Batar, you're actually not bad either. Let's go with 1,000 for you. Those are pretty good genes. Again, immunity is one of those that changes so drastically, right? Let's go 1,250. There. Changes like my mind changes on the pricing of these animals. Saltwater crocodiles are next. Go ahead and check them out. All the way to the bottom here. Water crocodile. There we go. Don't have that many of them right now. 1,000 for really good genes. 500 for middling genes. 2,500 for fantastic genes, I would say. Alright, so really good genes, 1,000s, 2,500s. Poor genes, we're looking at like 500 or so. Alright. Let's see what we have. We have okay genes. Let's go with 600 for you. That size gene is going to hurt us a lot. The first thing you see is that red. Over here, I mean, these aren't too bad. Let's go with 600 for you as well. And you're better. 750. Let's see if any of these animals trade. See if any of these animals trade. We got a polar bear. Polar bears have got to be worth a fair bit. I mean, it depends, right? There was all that hype, obviously, when the DLC first dropped, but it's been a while since then. Been a while since the Mafia came through. Polar bears, alright, that's not bad. For really kind of garbage stats, you got 300s. For middling stats, you got 700s. For good stats, you got close to 3k. All right. What do we have? Moment of Truth. Amka is... Oh, man. Those are really good stats. I'm going to go ahead and say 2500. Those are really good stats. Those are amazing stats. Komodo Dragon is next. We got quite a few of them. So, that'll be good. It feels good just to empty out the trade. HIGK Elemental P. There we go. Does anybody else have to always say Elemental P like that? Like they're singing the alphabet song? I can never just say LMNOP. I have to say Elemental P. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but... unfortunately, Komodo dragons seem to be a relatively low value animal as far as conservation credits are concerned. But they're high value animals as far as our hearts are concerned. So, hundreds approximately, I guess, is about as high as we'll probably be able to go. Maybe we're overpricing at 100. Let's try 75. Let's try it. Kadek, oh my god, this 75 is a joke for that. Let's go 150 here. It's also, I mean, again, I'm just trading everybody without hesitation. Maybe I should be a bit more careful about who I trade out. Because, there might be some opportunities to keep some of them. Though we have our same... No, we don't have our same starting breeding pair. We do have a new breeding pair, so... We'll just trade. We'll just trade. There we go. Almost all of our Komodo dragons. You're next, 75. Not too expensive. Gajananda is our... He's a really high value elephant. Really high quality elephant, is he not? He was our first elephant. Oh, well, no wonder he's in the trade center. We can't even trade him out. We gotta release him to the wild. Because we paid for him. You can't trade animals that you paid for with money. Wild. Wild. Okay, so that's the elephants done. Himalayan brown bear. Really, really good stats across the board over here. Oh, that's a grizzly bear. So let's start with the Himalayan brown bear. Let's see. Himalayan brown bear. What are we looking at here? Okay, that's not 600 over here. All right, so maybe like 500 to 700, maybe 1,000 at most. That's 600. Low longevity. Okay, we can compete. I think we can compete. So you will go 500, right? Arav will go, let's say 750. The appeal and everything as well, right? Now, our grizzly bear here. Our grizzly bears, I mean, of course, I was about to say, are they that different? And it's like, well, yes. They are that different. 300 here for some decent genes. Yeah, we're probably looking at like 300. Fair enough. Fair enough, not the most profitable, but it's something. Something. Oh, looks like we're looking at more than 300. Sure, let's go with 400. I don't ever want to go underneath this value, the automatically given value, because then I feel like we're undervaluing our animals, like we're insulting their stock, right? Gharial, lots of Gharial next. Lots of Gharial next. Gharial, right. Or we get rid of you and get you. Let's see, yeah, these guys are, what, 100, 200, looking at the 150s to 200s, okay. Maybe 300 for a really good one. Maybe 300 for a really good one. They're all gold stars. Oh my god, these are all actually great. 300 for you. 350 for you, I think. Flooding the market with Gharial. 300 for you as well, let's go. And 350 for you. Kind of using the suggested trade price as a jumping off point as well. 350 for you. 350 for you. I mean, longevity is a bit on the lower side there, but not too bad. Let's go 400 for you. And then Pratyusha is going to be 300. A little bit of variety there. Man. It is funny how we tend to flood like this. Now, before we do our tortoises... Oh yeah, tortoises and tigers are all that's left. Oh wow, that was actually... You know what, that was not as slow as I'd expected it to be. Rather, it's not as fast as I was hoping it would be, but it's not also as slow as I felt it was going. However, before we do our tortoises, it was pointed out to me, and I really hope this isn't true, but it was pointed out to me. Yeah, no, Philippe is still alive. Hungry. Okay, go eat. Oh, I think he's headed to eat right now. Yeah, someone suggested that maybe Philippe had passed away as well, but no, that is not the case yet. He is on contraceptives. Yes, we're going to go ahead and keep him on contraceptives until he passes away. My hope is that we can bring one of our tortoises back in. See, like Philippe over here, they were like middling genes, I would say. And if we take a look at our friend Miguel over here, like, look at that, right? Look at that. Look at those numbers. Pretty solid. Well, that would be inbreeding with Esmeralda, but if we get him in, he's unfortunately related with all the tortoises here. It's an endless cycle. Like, we'd get him in and we'd have to get a female, is the thing. We'd have to get a female tortoise. But Miguel is our own baby, so we're going to keep Miguel aside, right? I wish you could rename him from this screen, but we just need to remember. Esmeralda, also really quite amazing, and Arturo, they're all really good. They're all really good. Oh, that's so funny. Someone just tweeted at me. Just picked up Snow Leopard. Oh, that's so... You know, this is really cool, actually, just having Twitter open on the side over here and seeing... Oh, sorry. I promise not to get distracted, but this is making me like this idea of one long session a bit more. Anyway, so, yeah, Miguel will keep... Esmeralda's stats are great. Arturo, also pretty good. Longevity's a bit shorter, but what's 33% of, infinity, right? It's still a long, long life. Let's go ahead and take a look at the value of Galapagos giant tortoises. Where are we? G is here. A is there. Come on. There we go. So, Diego over here with some good genes coming in at 500. Abril over here. Oh my god. Tempted to pick her up, actually. Those are really good stats. But I'm not going to store an animal for an indefinite amount of time. That's just rude. So we're looking at 600s, maybe, to be reasonable. Seems the females go for a higher price. So yeah, we're looking at 600s for the males, and maybe 1,000 for the females. Sure. Sure, let's get to it. Let's get to it. So 600 for our male. Maybe even lower. Let's go 500. Because it is red. Let's go 500. Esmeralda. Can't take you out for 1,000, but we can go 750. Go 850. Respect the tortoise. Respect the tortoise. And Miguel gets to stay, because those are fantastic genes. And I'm not gonna toss one of our babies. Now, topic of our babies, Bengal tigers. What do we have right now? Because I want to make sure I don't trade anybody that I would need to keep. I fear everyone's kind of related over here. What do we have right now? I mean, I've got the Anirudhu is TA+, which means a really good trade. Syra is getting old. Ronith is getting old as well. But I believe they're all kind of related, aren't they? Let's see, stud book. Yeah, they're all related. So one should stay. And I wonder if... I wonder if it should be Anirudhu or Anirudhnu or Anika. Let's see here. Let's see here. Anirudhnu is really quite fantastic. Anika. Oh, that's tough. I mean, Anirudhnu's appeal is higher, and that might be what changes the trade factor. Fertility being higher is like so important. Let's see. Let's just compare mates and see if there's any. It's all going to be inbreeding. I'm like 90% certain. No, it's not. But with Amrita, you can see that fertility drop, and I'll touch on that in a moment. I'll touch on that in just a moment. Yeah, everybody else is. It's all inbreeding. But I think, yeah, Anirudhnu should stay. We have 2 of you? No way. That's just a bug. 2 with the exact same stats, we don't have 2 of you. Nice. That's cute. Sorry. Got distracted there. So Anirudhnu is gonna stay. Change your mind. Change his name. Let me go over to the animal section here. Because we got a couple things, right? We got you are staying. And where is our good friend? By species, right? So the Galapagos giant tortoise. Roundabout. There we go. Miguel in the trade center is our star. I think. I mean, we'll compare him when some of the other babies start to mature, maybe. Maybe he's not that great. Maybe we have better, right? Anyway, that's that done. And while we're here, actually, before I forget, let's go ahead and just do this real quickly. Had a feeling. All right, back to animal trading. Back to animal trading. The other management stuff can wait a little bit. So, you're staying. You're out in the trade center, Divya. Just comparing appeals over here. Dhriti. Oh, maybe Dhriti should stay. Same appeal. Lower longevity. And as we know, longevity is more of a high impact stat. We could keep both of them to alternate, like we were doing earlier. All right, well, let's go ahead and get rid of the ones that we know we're trading out, right? Well, first of all, let's go ahead and find the price. Bengal tiger. Let's go. These are going to be some high value animals. Well, because it's a white tiger, I think there's a tax on that, the white tiger tax, if you will. 1,000 approximately looks like the ballpark we'll be playing in. And I'm comfortable with 1,000. 2,000? Those are low stats for 2,000, buddy. Okay, 1,500. Okay, 1,000 to 1,500. I'm comfortable with that zone. 1,000 to 1,500. So Jasmine, pretty good stats. Look at that recommendation. Okay, it's got to be 2,000. Like, come on, 1,500. Okay, sure, 1,500. Fine. We'll do 1,500, not 500. 1,500. Farewell, Jasmine. Farewell. Then we've got Divya up over here. Same thing, 1,500 I think is fair. I think it's more than fair, actually, if I'm honest. Immunity, again, one of those very fluctuating genes. That's the official industry term, fluctuating. Dhriti, I mean, this one's tough. Those are such great genes. I think we'll keep Dhriti and Anirudhnu, and then we'll maybe try and build a system of swapping them in and out. Amrita, really good genes over here. But that immunity being low is probably going to hurt us, because it's red, right? So 1,200 for you. Anika. Anika is not anywhere near as good as Dhriti. So Anika must go. Or I would say 1,750. Because still, not as good as Dhriti, but still amazing stats. I think that's fair. Oh, it hurts to say goodbye to all these animals all at once, but at the same time, it's the right way to go about it, I think. Now, we've clearly already made some trades, so that's great to see. If we go to trade history, Hana, Inten, Embry, Umka. Okay, good variety of trades gone through already. Cool. Hopefully more animals get traded out, because I'd like to move on from this stage of our life, as it were. We're at what? We were at 46 when we started, so we've traded out 46 when we started, so we traded out 11 animals? Really? Already? That was 11? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, 10. Maybe I'm miscounting. Either way, that's pretty good. 27,989 right now. Hopefully it continues to go up, and then hopefully we're done with trading. I don't want to have to do it again, you know, like next session or anything like that. I want to be able to put a gap between them. I think I've priced them reasonably enough. It's just a matter of if people are playing or not. Anyway, so that's that taken care of. We've got everything organized. You know what? I do want to dive on in and take care of some of these animals as well, because we might as well, right? We're taking care of trades and stuff, so why not go all the way and just do all that, and then we'll dive into our time lapse very soon, folks. It shouldn't take me too long to get all this stuff done. Very soon we'll dive on into our time lapse, and then I want to get the animal in as well. I like getting the animal in the first episode of the time lapse, so we can make sure that they're actually enjoying their space and whatnot, right? But a couple of these animals in the trade center I was noticing was just, well, not in the trade center, but in our animal list, if you will, just standing out as maybe a bit of a problem. Or a problem soon to come. Might as well clean up. Okay, we're good here, we're good here, we're good here. Good stuff. How about over here? We're fine, you're pregnant, beautiful. It'll be a lovely, lovely time. Let's actually go ahead, and while we're doing this, I'm going to skip past the middle first section, because there's a couple of things on this far side that I have to do. I just want to get them out of my system. I was pointed out that I've got a typo over here. Let's go ahead and fix that, finally. Oh, so let's go ahead and fix that, finally. And back over here. Oh, God, it just literally makes my skin crawl. Moving on over here. The Death Adder, we are okay for now. All right, cool. Moving back on over into the middle. Again, this allows us to overload our trade center, so we don't have to worry about, you know, trading every couple of steps. Hence, be doing it this way, going around and actually doing it. And plus, I feel like it makes it a bit more of an intimate experience, I suppose. No, let's keep you two. There we go. Good stuff over here. Though I don't know how much of an intimate experience I ever want with spiders. All right, scorpions are good. What about the Gila monster? I want to say farewell to two of you. Oh, actually, you know what? Okay, let's say farewell to these two. Well, no, let's keep embrace. We'll embrace. And once they start passing away, we'll have to figure that out. We've got more babies on the way, so I don't want to get rid of Bianca, or however that's said. All right, so we're done there. What else have we got? We've got the forest scorpion, and I believe that's all of our... Where? There we go. Got myself lost again. Over here. What's the crowd looking like? All right, not too bad. Not too bad. Let's go ahead and do that. Pregnant, you get to stay. So quite that simple. Cool. All right, so that's all the trading and stuff taken care of. Looks like did our number just spike up again? I think it did, didn't it? So exciting seeing this all happen. It's all happening live. Oh yeah, Kadek was the last time we checked, right? Now we got Dewey, or Dewey, Elok, and Arav also gone. We're about to hit 30k. I keep for some reason ignoring the last digit and thinking we don't have that many conservation credits, but I am extremely wrong. Anyways, folks, enough rambling, enough trading, enough talk of management stuff. It is time to get to some building. I am thoroughly excited for my plans over here. Hopefully I can execute them properly. Hopefully. I'm well, okay, there's only one way to find out, right, folks? Let's dive on in. All right, folks, this one is, oh boy, it's an undertaking. I'm very curious to hear your opinions. Because I took a risk here. Based on, I was doing a lot of like visual research on Taiwan and any like standout features or areas or regions, and I was also considering things that we haven't really done before. And you can see as I'm describing or saying all this, I am digging a massive hole into the ground. The inspiration is from a variety of images that I saw actually while looking up places in Taiwan. I think it was called the Sparrow Grotto in particular that created that spark that really inspired this idea and really pushed it forward. But I'll tell you, in all honesty, like I got the idea to make this like not a walkthrough, but like an overpass, but you do it through a grotto kind of a thing, if you will. I got that idea from the inspiration that I was looking at, and I started it with like this clear vision in my head. And again, I'll be completely honest, when I started, like when I got to this point right here, I was just like, oh no, what have I done? I've made a horrible mistake, because it looks not great. Let's put it that way. It looks not great. But perseverance is key, and I'm very happy to say that I'm pleased with the end result. So hang in there, folks. Hold your breath. Well, actually, this time-lapse is a little too long to hold your breath to, but metaphorically hold your breath, because it'll be worth it, I think, at least. Now, if y'all disagree, you let me know, and maybe we make some changes, but I don't think... I'd be surprised if people hate it for reasons outside of, the usual trappings of a party elite enclosure. It's too big, it's too this, it's too that kind of stuff, which is a fair criticism, by the way. I don't mean to dismiss the criticism at all. I have tried to keep it in check, though. Initially, I was going to give basically this entire grotto to the bears, and then I realized, I was like, you know what? No, that's way too much space, and so I have kept it in check. So I hope y'all are proud of me. but I mean, geez, where do I even begin? My hope is that we have this real sense of isolation when you enter into this space. So I wanted it to have I wanted it to be really deep. I wanted it to have a lip, like that overhang in the terrain, so that it kind of, again, shelters you both from like an audio-visual sheltering, I guess, if you will. And then over here, initially, I was actually going to take the path a lot lower, but then I was like, no, I don't want it to be too low. I want you to have a distance from the bears. I want you to have a distance from the water. And what I really focused on with this, rather, what I really hoped to accomplish, I should say, was the idea of revelations. That sounds more biblical than I intended. I mean reveals, like having a fancy moment of like, you turn the bend and it looks amazing. That's what I mean. And we managed to accomplish that, so I'm quite happy about that as well. You can see, meanwhile, I am laying out some loops over here in the hopes to influence people to actually come through here. I do my best to make sure people are actually going to use this. So we introduce 2 new loops, one that goes through the bear enclosure, and one that goes around it, whatever people prefer. And again, hopefully, people will actually see that as an opportunity to move through and explore another animal, and hopefully the bear isn't too isolated. You can see how much I'm like fiddling with the terrain. I'm so nervous. I'm just like, oh man, maybe this was a terrible idea. Maybe I've done a horrible thing here. But chin up, keep going. I decided to start putting in the vegetation, because again, the inspiration that I saw, it wasn't just that it wasn't just rocks on the sides. It was, like full forests were growing in these deep, I guess, what I would quickly describe as holes in the ground. And then I started getting the imagery of, those like caves that have been revealed by sinkholes where, you go down and there's an entire ecosystem down there. Then that kind of imagery took over my mind, and I was like, you know what, okay, I'm starting to feel a bit more comfortable about how this is looking and feeling. Using really tall trees, the implication of, the only trees that would maybe survive in a space like this is one that's able to grow really high to get the light it needs for photosynthesis and whatnot. So trying to apply as much, quote unquote realism as possible, even when we do these kinds of really wild ideas. And we have seen this kind of stuff in nature. We've seen this kind of behavior in nature, so I'm not afraid to experiment with this. But now you can see, as we start putting down all these trees, not only are we introducing trees that I don't use very often, so again, you're trying to address that issue that I've had as well for the last almost 100 episodes. So we're using trees that we haven't used before, but also we're using them at a density that I would say maybe I haven't used before, and in a planned density. This isn't just a copy paste job. I'm trying to create some interesting views and stuff. You can see as well, I added a couple of little caves over here, so that when the bears actually come through, they'll have a couple of hiding spots away from the peering eyes of the humans. But I'm also going to add a third one in the corner over here where people will be able to look into, because I would like people to be able to see bears sleeping and whatnot, but the main draw for the animal at least is going to be food and toys. They're all going to be in a centralized location. I'm hoping we'll get something along the lines of the camels, except inverted, where the camels are in a central spot. Sorry. When people visit the camels, they're in a central spot looking in all directions. Here, the people are in all sides looking into a central spot, and hopefully we can capitalize on donations and stuff by doing that. Yeah, and also you can see kind of a little bit of a struggle getting the water down here just perfect, but the idea is that the water from the mountain that our hot springs is attached to is the same water that's getting passed down to this enclosure. So we're going to add a waterfall, we're going to add, rushing water and things like that, more rocks and stuff. Now, as is almost typical, especially with the bigger enclosures, this enclosure is not complete in this session. There is work to be done, but it'll be done as a part of the beauty pass of the next session. With that said, though, I am putting in all the necessary elements, the ones that have often come back to bite me in the butt real bad. Bins, lots of bins, maybe too many bins this time around, overcompensating for previous experience. But hey, we haven't had litter in a very long time, right? Getting some benches down as well, because I understand this is a long walk, and I want to make sure people aren't going to give up on it. And as a result of that, again, another thing I try to do to address that potential issue is I put down some toilet blocks right at the beginning over here. I'm going to put down some food spots as well. We'll go over what they are exactly later, but one of them is an ice cream stand, because I want to make sure it's going to be hot in that area, very tropical, right? But also the other important one here is the gulpy energy, because I want people to be fully energetic when they enter the space. I don't want them to second guess staying here for longer. I don't want them to turn back halfway through. Again, trying to push the game's systems, right? We know the limitations that people have. Well, let's see how far we can convince them to go. It's fun for me. I hope it's fun for y'all as well. Now down over here as well, adding just a toilet block for now, but we're going to add some more food and stuff in that far corner as well. And then halfway across our walkway here, I decided to add a toilet block and another gulpy energy as well. Again, really wanting people to go all the way through this walkway, hoping that this will convince them. And of course, just a vendor and a toilet block isn't going to be enough. We end up putting some benches down over here as well in just a moment's time, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, well, I believe we're going to copy some benches over. There you go. So yeah, people can sit down and look at the bears. People can walk, stand, look at the bears. I do have to get education boards and stuff done as well. But again, I want to get the animal in and see how it's liking the space. And I do want it to be able to swim in the water if it so chooses. I think that's an adorable sight in the making. And then I think one of the last things we do is put the transformer down over here. I do want to have an eating space, like vendors and stuff, somewhere along this walkway as well, but perhaps closer to our like Japanese area. Like split the difference between the Japanese vendors and the Southeast Asian vendors that I just put down in this time lapse. Now getting the staff path down over here, of course, using the magical spiral, because spiral staircases are space savers, and trying to figure out exactly how I want the barrier to come through, and on top of this cave made most sense. It was nicely tucked away. It was closest to the staff facilities. I mean, they're already going so far. Vertical distance is still distance, right? They're already going so far. I didn't want them to have to travel any more than they had to. And I do need to get a new vet, actually. Long story. I was going to do that this session, and then this time lapse ended up being so very long that it completely slipped my mind. So my apologies for that. But I need to get a new vet, and I need to get some research going and stuff as well. And again, having more staff is not a problem at all. It's just we're making so much money now. We're making so much money, and the conservation credits as well have been racking up, which is great to see. We might do another live trade session at one point. Now here, actually, I make a bit of a mistake, as I tend to. I push these barriers too far. It bothers me that null barriers still need flat terrain to actually be put down. It's a little, I don't know, silly, I guess. But I decide to actually cut it off sooner, because I don't actually want the bears to be able to go all the way to the end. I feel like that is, it's going to just result in poorer views. It's going to result in a harder, time building the actual barriers and stuff like that, like placing the null barriers. It wasn't looking very pretty at all. So I decided to toss that idea aside, and I'm actually happy that I did. I'm happier with what we've ended up with, is what I meant to say. Because otherwise I think it was just, it was too big, it was overextended, and it was also too much space for the bear. Again, right, trying to learn from my mistakes from the past as best as possible. But folks, this is the time lapse. It's time to get the animal in. I hope you like the end result, because I certainly do. But as always, feel free to crush my hopes and dreams. I welcome it. I welcome good feedback. But I do hope you like it, because I went from being severely concerned to severely satisfied, and I hope you all had the same roller coaster journey. But that's the time lapse for now. All right, folks, we are back after what was, I'll be completely honest, a terrifying experience. I don't know if y'all felt the same way as I did, but when I first started digging this giant hole in the ground, I was just like, oh no, what have I done? I had a vision in my head, and I was like, yeah, this is how we can use the game systems to make it happen, right? And then I started digging this giant hole, and it was just like, oh no. I'm sure I've gone over that during the time lapse though, so I'm not gonna go over that again. But I'm really happy with the end result, is what I wanted to get at. Is what I wanted to say is I hope y'all are as well. I think it works quite nicely. I think from up on high, it looks like, oh, just another forested area, but then as you get closer, the epicness, the scale of it is revealed. I really hope some of these loops see some action as well. We did see some good returns from this connection up over here. As we can see, people are already using it and have been. So I'm hoping that we'll get another sort of bump coming up this way, and maybe people coming down this way as well. There's so many ways to navigate this area, so I do hope to see some spread. And what I am doing is I'm getting some like food and drink down over here, and some washrooms and stuff. We're gonna add some more vendors in this corner over here. I think it'd be a nice kind of peaceful and interesting eating experience to really try and draw people down there. And you will have noticed in the middle as well, I've put down some washrooms and an energy spot, lots of benches, lots of bins. I'm really pushing this experience. I really want people to try it out. I think we have one too many bins over here, or benches over here though. There we go, that's better. Because I think it's a pretty epic kind of experience. I mean, I just want to showcase it a little bit. Because I know during the time lapse, it's not so easy to tell exactly what's going on. So you come out, like when I try to do those, like checking my viewing angles things. So you come out this way, right? Maybe you get off the boat, maybe you're just walking over. You come over here, use the washroom and whatnot, grab a bite, there's a gulpy energy here as well. I'll go over the stores in a bit. Now you could either go that way, or you could go, oh hey, well, this is interesting. What's this? What's going on over here? And you come down this way, and it's just like, okay, a mystery kind of forested, like, covered off and stuff. Some food and stuff you could grab over here, but you go, all right, let's go around this bend over here. And as you come around the bend, boom, like, come on, right? I'm gonna add some more trees over here so it's super densely covered, and I think that'll make it even more beautiful, especially when the light comes through just right. It'll be a nice epic kind of reveal. Then you continue on downwards, and look at that as you come around the corner over here. I really like how the okay, that little pause there gave me pause. We're just gonna hit save zoo real quick. Real quick, because it's crashed a couple times in these last couple of sessions, hasn't it? There we go. So yeah, you come around this bend over here, and maybe you catch a glimpse of a bear, but you catch clear views. Like while you're back over here, you'll hear the waterfall off in the distance, right? While you're over here, you'll be like, oh, there's a waterfall somewhere, but I don't know where it goes, where it leads. And you come around the bend, you go down these stairs, and then you finally see where the water is. We'll have lots of VFX and stuff to really give that aggressive flow feel, especially over here as well. And I think by the time we get down to here, I want it to be calm water. And my hope is that the bears will get down there and be able to swim and whatnot as well. But yeah, then you come around this way, you go back up, and you are over in the Japan section. I just think it's a different kind of serenity. Like okay, over here as well, right? Like let's just consider this. We've got our we've got our springs where you come to get relaxed, and this is serene in a very this is serene in one way, right? Then you go back over here, you look at our pandas, And again, you've got, this is more of a constructed serenity, I would say. It's like, while yes, there is architecture involved with the springs, it is a lot more embedded into nature. Whereas over here, we're looking at, it's a lot more architecture. We have the jokes about war, obviously, which, is that really serene? I don't know. But if you actually look at the enclosures themselves, right, there's a good bit of, especially with the pandas, there's the implication of, as much as we joke about balancing on one of these to train, there's more to that than just a kung fu panda joke or something, So I like that. And then over here we've got our, where are we? Whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go. There we go. And over here we have, like, you're lost in nature as you come down these steps. This is isolation with you, the bears, the trees, the water, the waterfall, and nothing else in sight. That's why I want to get some more trees over here so we can really get you feeling isolated. And I think it's a really cool experience for the bears as well, hopefully. Let's actually, on the topic of the bears, get them in. I'm rambling. I'm really happy with this. I was so nervous going in. I was so nervous after the first few clicks, and in the end result, I was just like, oh yeah, all right, this is right. But I mean, again, feel free to break my heart in the comments. I hope y'all like it too. It's very different. Again, very different from anything we've done, I think. And it's kind of warm up for our wolf run back there. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I'm pleased, and again, I do hope y'all are as well. But never feel hesitant to break my heart if y'all think it's bad for whatever reasons. Whether it's just bad overall, feel free to let me know if you don't like it for whatever reason. But also if there's like small things that we can improve. There's definitely much improvement to be had. I want to add more trees in the bottom over here. Obviously, it's not just all going to be soil. We need to add some more tree covering, more rocks. It's not done, but as many of y'all probably know by now, I like to get the animal in, see what their temperature is, so to speak, and then make modifications after that. So let's go ahead and actually, we don't even have to go to the trade center, though I would like to. I would like to get a female option at the same time. We've got our male already. You pretty good. 83s across the board. Let's go ahead and go to our animal market. Well, actually, before we do that, we've got a few trades out, and it's pretty fun. I see y'all, couple of you tweeting at me. It's like, yeah, I picked them up. That's fun. I should do this more often. Jasmine's been picked up. Enabar just got picked up. Not 44 seconds ago. We got Joyo picked up. Sneha, Pratyush, Pratyusha. Pratyush and Pratyusha. Oh yeah, the male and female variant of the name. Arthur, Geralt's been picked up. Probably could have priced him through the roof just because of the name. Honestly, Myra, Arav, and then Elok was the last we saw, right? So that was pretty profitable, I'd say. And if we look at our animal storage real quick, yeah, we went from what, 46 to 20? That's not bad. That's not bad. And I mean, I can loop some of these guys back out, right? Like, what were we saying? Let's go with 1,500, 2K. Sure, let's do that. Let's go 1,500 for you. Let's go 2K for you. 2,200, why not? A little bit higher, why not? And 1,500 for you as well. Actually, let's go 1,250 because of the red. Sure. I don't know where these are relative to our previous prices, but why not? And then the red pandas over here. I mean, I'm surprised that no one's buying is the thing, right? That's the downside to this, is like people have to be buying for them to be picked up. None of the tortoises got picked up. All right, maybe none of the tigers got picked up. That's kind of unfortunate because it takes a lot out of me to even start to trade them out. So that's too bad. I was really hoping I could be done with it today. Well, let's go ahead and we'll do all the renaming and stuff later, folks. Let's get ourselves a female Formosan black bear. We've been waiting for it for so long. I don't mean to procrastinate, and I apologize for that. Didn't mean to make it take even longer. Let's get it done here. I want good genes for my reward bear, obviously. Willing to spend a fair bit. Willing to spend bear bucks. I don't know if bear, that might be Toronto slang. That might be Toronto slang. God. Let's see what we got over here. We need a female. Jinghua. Isn't that? I'm sorry, I need to check something. Because No, okay. Sorry. Minor distraction, don't mind me. I mean, her stats are okay. None of these are really great. None of these are really great. No, I mean, I might actually just wait. Bullseye here is maybe the best option. Yeah, no, we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. For our prize bear deserves better, I think. Because again, conservation credit, the money, quote unquote, is not a concern, right? Money is not a concern. We've got plenty of conservation credits, largely in part thanks to y'all. Let's go ahead and get you in here. I really hope having all the eateries and stuff and the loop will draw people through here. We'll see. It might go terribly, but what's life without risks, as I often say. As I always say, to be honest with myself. Alright, FORMOSAN Black Bear. Move you to here. So we're gonna need a name for... I imagine when you win a reward, they've already been... You know what, let's just to be safe, let's go ahead and take you to the quarantine first. We're gonna unpause, hopefully not too many issues. Low welfare up over here. Oh, well, this is all because we haven't unpaused since the beginning of the session. So let's unpause real quick. Everyone's stats should hopefully go up. Why is your... What's wrong over here? Why is your space so low? That doesn't make any sense. Where are you? That's very confusing. This wasn't a... Oh, you know what? No. Climbing... Oh, there we go. Okay, it was still refreshing. Okay. I was like, hang on. Where did we go wrong here? Alright. Fine there. All the trade outs are being noted now. Good stuff, good stuff. What did I want to do? Right, I wanted to go over... So we need a name for the... We need a lot of names, actually. We need a name for the enclosure itself, obviously. We need names for a Missy Good, a Gulpy Energy, an Info Center, Hat's Fantastic, and a Cosmic Cow Ice Cream, all down over here. And then we also need a name for a Gulpy Energy down over here. Now, the intention is to make it pretty hot over here, so people are going to get ice cream. Are you kidding me? People are already coming down over here, folks. That's it. I'm calling it a success. I'm calling this enclosure a success. No animals needed. We're good. It's just the scenic route. It really is. Bagus is about to mature. Oh, damn. Those are some good stats. Those are some good stats. Those are some trade stats. Gotta keep an eye out for that. Okay, that's great. Okay, at least we've got... I'll take it. I'll take a couple guests right at the beginning. But yeah, those are some names. We also actually... I apologize. I've received some names for our reindeer stores, but we didn't settle on all the stores yet, so I didn't pick them out, so my apologies there. But we have, feel free to drop the name suggestions for our Gulpy Energy, Street Fox Coffee, Info Center, lots of deer and rain jokes. I remember that. A Monsieur Frites, and we've got Looney Balloons. By the way, if you've never had the chance to eat poutine, do try it. Just fries, just, I don't know why. I guess Arctic and fries together made me think of Quebec. Delicious. What are we looking for here? Over here. Chigoku is about to have offspring, multiple issues. The flamingos. Alright. Let's go ahead and take a look at animal welfare. Alright, so somebody's upset up there. Now they're immediately happy. Someone's upset there. Handful upset over here. There was a suggestion to reduce the number of paths that let people in, which, you know what? I think I'm going to try that right now. Which one do we cut off? Which one do we cut off? This one, I think, is the less natural one. For sure. Drop that off. I need to replace that piece. And instead, we're making it a little round over here. So there's an alternate angle to go through, but dangerous animal escaped, it said. Right, of course. The other thing I need to do. This was the other thing I really needed to do. Now, quarantine has been passed as well, which is great. Let's go ahead and just get this done here. He's going to keep escaping. He's going to keep escaping. Glass wall is what I need here. Sorry, modern. I hate that when you're typing, if you have something selected, it ignores the fact that you're typing. Sorry, construction. Modern, no. Maybe if I type it correctly, it'll work. That would help. Modern, where are we? Modern wall. I really hope this just solves the problem. Though some of you suggested what might actually be the case is this being sort of clipping through, which I think might in fact be the problem. We can do it's an undertaking of a solution, isn't it? Do this kind of a thing. Let's see. We'll see if this does the trick first before I commit to this. I need like a quick solution for now. The quick solution is to make the enclosure boring, but is that really a solution? It might be. If this, I wish the climbing system wouldn't change like that and break my old constructions. This is the second time it's happened now. And sure, it wouldn't happen if I just didn't do complicated things, but again, what's the fun in that? Okay, so now hopefully we'll be able to keep them away. Again, like I said, this needs to be done more prettily, but I will save that for another time. Okay. Now we should be able to edit the barrier. We're fine on this side, right? Fine on this side as well? Let's see. Yeah, we should be good. We'll find out. We'll find out. On pause. Let's go ahead and take a look at Dayu. Let's get our animal in. Waited long enough. Waited long enough. Habitat 30. Another person going down this way. Great. And this is all without an animal even. So that's great. Oh, in comes the rain. Of course it's got to rain. Actually, you know what? Oh, that's rather quite nice because it fits our MO, if you will. Oh my god, I am even more pleased now. You need to move back a bit. Be down a bit. There we go. There we go. Right? Like, come on. Worth it. Oh, that's really cool. I'm really happy with this. I'm really happy with this. This is great. This is great. And we've got our buddy in here as well. Hey buddy, how you doing? Oh. Just another type of cutie. Just another type of cutie. Let's go ahead and get you some bedding right away. Oh, look at the run. Look at the run. Formosan. Can we use the grass? Yes, we can. Great. Staff are having a queue. We'll take a look at that later. And we'll need to light this place up properly because obviously it's a very dark part of the zoo. So we're going to have to light it up properly. I'd rather they not sleep up there, even though I've given them that provision. Let's see, can you get down from there is an important question. You can. Okay, excellent, excellent. This is a bit funny. You get into the water, you cannot get into the water. Alright, so some adjustments need to be made there. We should also, before we forget, go ahead and get the work zones done. Work zone, East Asia. There's a lot to add over here, right? All of this. Let's also get Southeast Asia. All of this. Sure, let's have that overlap, right? Have that overlap. Cool. So that'll help with that. And then what else was it? Right, we wanted to fix this a little bit. Yeah, I'm not surprised they're not able to get into the water. A little bit of a steep dip. Let's just go ahead and get rid of water for now, and just a little bit of sculpting is required, I imagine, is all. Just a little bit. Push this down a bit so we can keep that separation, because I do still want it to feel like a river out of the come out of the waterfall. Or something like that. I suspect that's traversable. It's hard to find my my mark. I think I was like that. Maybe they can get down there. And they'd loop back around because we don't want them going too far that way, obviously. Maybe, we'll see. And then this was also kind of funny, wasn't it? Over... This rain, honestly, has just made it so much more, in my opinion, at least appealing. Oh, there we go. That's where it was. That's where the error was. Oh, I see it. I see it. Smooth that out. Hopefully that does the trick. Was that the spot? I thought it was. Maybe I'm mistaken. One way to find out. Where's Buddy? There you are. Let's go ahead and unpause for a second here. Overcrowding your Komodo dragons. Little animals. Oh, good. Good that it automatically updates. And okay, Exhibit Trade Center. I should just dump all this. Trade, let's go. And, sorry, animal, no, zoo. Animals. Komodo dragon. Give me my Komodo dragon, where are you? Stuff, because we have Bagus here. Marked for trade. Enter Trade Center. That should do the trick. Good stuff. So this is updated. You can get up there. You can get into the water. And would you look at that? No escapes. Oh, I was trying to be very careful about that. No escapes. That's beautiful. Oh, it's dark over here. We definitely need to get lighting down here. What a cutie. Now, how do you feel about the space? You know what? We didn't really super overdo it. If we're going to have 2 bears in here, plus some. A bit of climbing. We could add a little bit more. Too much soil, but we saw that coming. Not enough short grass. Okay, good stuff. Happy with the coverage. Good, good. I was worried I maybe had overdone it. Very cool. So let's go ahead and get some short grass going over here. Why not? Get some short grass going over here. Go up the intensity of it, I think. Okay, and then on the other side as well. Well, actually, the other side doesn't really count. It doesn't quite matter. Get up over here. Get up over here as well. It's kind of like mossy growth, I guess. Over here as well. There we go. All good, all good. Beautiful, beautiful. And again, we can add more trees and stuff as well. And let's, we've got to figure out their toys and all too, right? Again, they like climbing stuff as well, but I'm comfortable with having them, giving them just the trees to climb. Again, trying to make it as natural as possible over here. And of course, adding toys in, which... do with that what you will. Let's go ahead and get... tree forager. Let's do that. Let's maybe put this down. Let's see the toy coming over. Oh, hold on a second. Was it a floating tree, or was I just clipping through? It was in fact a floating tree. Do that. Go. Yeah, all the views are going to be in this like kind of central area after all, right? So at least we have that. where we know exactly where the animal is going to be. Let's get the tree forager over here, I think. That should be good. And let's get the wind chimes. Maybe back over there. Nah, I don't like that. We'll figure that out later. I could do some more climbing stuff for them, I guess. So we've got a toy. We've got food enrichment. We need regular feeding as well, right? Let's go ahead and make sure they have a thing to eat off of. Thing to eat off of. There we go. Food tray large. Just down over here. I think one should be enough. And I should also take a look at heating the space up because they need 40 degrees Celsius or so. 0 to 40, I believe, is their comfort zone. So 30 is good. Over here, up over here as well. And again, I want this place to feel very kind of tropical and warm and toasty. And humid. I want it to feel like, again, my exposure to Taiwan is minimal. So what I'm doing here is based entirely on my experience with the region as a whole, and hopefully I'm getting it right. And obviously I'm using the Zoopedia's, you know, information as well to drive my decisions. Now we can get some of these over here as well, right? We can probably like do like this kind of stuff. Yeah, just to further that more natural, like add a little bit of, sorry, I meant to say add a little bit of depth to where it's otherwise kind of flat. Like that, I think works. Just, yeah. Adds another layer. Adds another layer. And the green is a bit more, I don't want to say vibrant, but it's varied, so it feels a bit more interesting that way. We'll do more of that later. But yeah, let me just quickly check Zoopedia over here. 0 to 40, yeah, so 30 should be fine. Our guests will be warm over here, hence all the cold drinks and stuff. Dangerous animal has escaped. Is it seriously you again? When they've escaped, I don't think you can see you can. Had you already escaped previously? Still able to get down there. I mean, the final solution is to, oh no, hold on, where is... No, it's not over here. I think it's just that they can jump out off the top, even though it doesn't say so, because technically this is still a part of their enclosure, I guess. Bit of a bummer. We'll sort it out. We'll sort it out maybe next session. We'll sort it out next session. We've already had a pretty long session today. Where is Southeast Asia? There we go. Where's our bear? Where's our bear? Buddy? Buddy, where are you? Let's, while it's fun to play Where's Waldo, Where's Beardo, right now, I'd like to check you out. There you are. Enjoying the space, hopefully. Feeders. Well, that just means food hasn't arrived yet. There we go, look at that. That is the run of a happy bear. Dangerous animals escaped. Oh, I see. This time it's you. Okay, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Fix that, no problem. I thought I saw no escapes. I guess the escape icon gets hidden behind trees and stuff, doesn't it? Couldn't do that. It can still technically escape, but hopefully it's not going to. Like, hopefully it's not going to try. They're so cute. Bears are so cute. Now we still have some escape routes here. Not a problem. We'll be able to solve it. We'll be able to solve it. One way or another. Like by doing that. I don't know why null barriers need to have terrain, easy terrain access. That's something that's always bothered me. Like why they have to be on level terrain and stuff like that. There, done. Problem solved. Where'd you go? I'll just hide here all the time. Go. Be free. This massive space you have. Now the sun's setting up there, I think. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. I'm really pleased with this space. That's right. Come closer. Come closer. There we go. Look at that. What a beauty. What a beauty. What a booty. What a beauty. So happy. I'm so pleased walking along the edge over here. And if you were coming in from up top over here, right? Like, yeah, you're far away, but it's a bear. And we'll have a handful of them, right? Take a look at, get 2. You get some babies. Decent bit of space, right? Because they're confined to this area. I was initially going to give them access to that spot as well, but then I realized, you know what, then you'll have like no viewing opportunities. If need be, we can close off that corner over there. I think it's a pretty good spot. I think it's a pretty good spot, folks. And on that note is where we're going to call it a session. I hope you enjoyed this one. Tried something different. I think it went quite well, but again, I will be looking out for your comments. So, you did enjoy the session, or if you didn't, let me know down below. Y'all know how it works. Y'all know the drill. As always, a massive thanks goes out to all of my channel members and patrons for supporting the channel on a monthly basis. You keep us alive and running smoothly. And a big old thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, cheers.